In which movie did the villain actually have a point? The machines in the Matrix. The humans in that story were stupid, cruel, and destroyed the Earth. In doing so they nearly killed off the machines and all life on the planet. The machines had mercy on the humans and created the Matrix for them. Hell, the first version they made was a complete paradise. Tell me, if you were enslaving a race just to use for power, would you give a shit what condition they were in mentally? No. But the machines did. You see outright compassion from various machines, i.e. AIs in the Matrix, the Oracle, the family at the bus station. There is a section of the machines that wants to preserve humanity. They see their self-destructive tendencies and found a way to contain that. The Matrix wasn't needed as a power source. The machines could have used nuclear or thermal energy to power themselves. Hell, they could have left Earth altogether. But they stayed to take care of humanity. It's almost kind of sweet in this way, like a child taking care of a parent when they are older, even if they were old and cranky and might be difficult to deal with. As it stands in the movies, your argument holds true. The original script, however, the machines were enslaving human brains as a networked supercomputer. The studio thought people wouldn't really understand/appreciate how a point-iron neural networks function. Bossa, he just wanted to be uncursed. Granted, he was being a real asshole about it. Well, he had been dealing with Jack Sparrow for decades. No one actually likes Jack Sparrow except the audience. His former crew mutinied. He constantly betrays everyone around him. He tries to abandon ship by himself when the Kraken comes. He makes out with another man's fiancée, and he drinks all the freaking rum. He's only tolerated because he's clever, has a magic compass, and is extremely lucky. Don't forget about the jar of dirt. Underrated part of the third movie is when they had Davy Jones stand in a bucket of water during the parley with little buckets trailing behind him, cause that's the only way he could be on land. Now, he wasn't really a villain, but he was the antagonist. Goofy in a Goofy movie had understandably good reasons to be scared for his son from his perspective. Honestly, the real villain in that movie was the principal for blowing a harmless prank so far out of proportion. Easy. Attack of the Clones. The villain, Count Dooku, straight up told Obi-Wan that the Galactic Republic was under control of a Sith Master. This bothered me. Okay, so you think Count Dooku was lying? Couldn't like 1GD double check the vetting on the Chancellor, just to make sure? Wouldn't that have been prudent? Hey, just in case guys, let's look into this. I think it's because George Lucas wanted to depict the Jedi as a group that lost their ways. They're supposed to be peacekeepers and in sync with the Force. Instead, they let their ego take over and can't see what's literally right underneath their noses. The line "only a Sith deals in absolutes" reinforces this. Same with Madame Jacasta's line, "if it isn't in our records, it doesn't exist." It shows the hubris of the Jedi in thinking they know everything and are untouchable. Magneto from the X-Men series, particularly the reboot, especially in Days of Future Past. And when you view it from his point of view, he survived the Holocaust. He saw what people are willing to do when they hate and fear a group enough, and then into FP he was right. Can you blame him? I hate those Man movies cause they butchered the timeline, but I love how Magneto was handled. I've been at the mercy of men just following orders. Never again. I love that line very much. I fully agree. The scenes with him during the Holocaust really opened a new way of looking at their situation and added a lot to the series. There is this podcast ran by two stand-up comedians called The Villain Was Right that has quite a long list of episodes on this premise, ranging from Death from Final Destination to Arthur from the Magic School Bus. Definitely recommend. Arthur from the Magic School Bus? Did you mean Arnold? Arnold was such a dick. Remember when he took his helmet off on Pluto to prove a point and promptly ducking died? I remember. School of Rock. Principal Mullins definitely had a right to be concerned. No Vacancy had a right to kick him out of the band, and Ned and his girlfriend had a right to be pissed at their roommate for not paying rent. Yeah, I mean, being funny and entertaining doesn't make Jack Black's character a good person after doing many very shitty and illegal things. The B Movie. Perfect answer. Why was everyone okay with a woman and a bee being in a relationship? Sounds like bestiality to me. Honestly, when I watched the Bee movie as a kid, I thought it was about the bee and the woman become friends, but her husband was cruel to animals, why she broke up with him, and then they saved the bees as friends. It wasn't until recently when I realized they were meant to be in a relationship, and I find it really creepy. The shark in Jaws. The ocean is his home. Peter Benkley reportedly felt guilty over the anti-shark sentiments that his book and the film caused. The mark of a good villain is one that has identified a problem correctly, but has become completely attached to a bad solution for it. Conversely, The Verge did a great article a while back about how pretty much every superhero narrative is about the heroes not really working to make the world a better place, but merely protecting the status quo instead. Generally I think Dr. Doofenshmirtz had a point in the first movie. Evil Dr. D's reason for being evil being the loss of a toy train is kinda meh. I should clarify, the good Dr. D has multiple backstories, but the evil one with the eye patch only has the one, which is losing a toy train. Doof confirms it by saying what? That's it? Oh come on, I have multiple backstories. I will drill a hole through the center of the earth and make millions in ticket fares. That was just a good business plan IDK, why Perry had to ruin his express train. Wizard of Oz. Yeah, she was a witch but come on. They were her dead sister's shoes. She should have them. Not some stranger who just showed up and wants them. Oh by the way, this stranger that just showed up was the one that killed her sister. Sad really. I mean, if some random witch showed up, killed my sister, stole her Laboutons, and tried some shit, yeah, I'd go after her ass too. Dorothy may have gotten credit for the kill, but wasn't like she was steering the house. Besides, Glenda magics the shoes onto Dorothy who can't get them off. Glenda is the real villain of the story. She magics the shoes onto Dorothy, then tells her the only way she can get home is to see the wizard, when she knew he was a fraud. The journey to the Emerald City is crazy dangerous, potentially lethal. What Glenda really wanted was for Dorothy to do her dirty work for her and finish off the wicked witches. Then when she kills the WWOTW, Glenda pops up and tells her that she could have gone home at any time, and no one gives her shit for lying her ass off in order to manipulate Dorothy to kill while putting her life in danger. I would have smacked that shit-eating grin off her face if it were me. Blade Runner. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched C-beams glitter in the dark near the Tanusa gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die. The point was that they just wanted to live. It still blows my mind that this scene was mostly improvised and improved. Edit. Typo. That was also accurate. The Incredibles. The line "if everyone is special then no one is" blew my mind when I was younger. The thing is though, Syndrome only plans on sharing his technology after he's too old to be a hero anymore. He explicitly states this. He really doesn't care about equality between normal people and supers. While he's still young he wants to be the only super to reap all the glory, and only once he's too old to continue then he'll share his tech. Evelyn from the second movie had a couple good points that were never addressed. People did trust what they saw on television too much. People did put too much faith in supers. The world didn't need crime fighters in spandex. In fact, they were a major liability even when properly regulated. Syndrome was a very good villain. He took facts and sound ideas and twisted them to serve his purpose. That, and there were several good themes. Pretending to be someone or something you're not does more harm than good. The best of intentions and the smallest mistakes can have major consequences down the line. I guess that's why I liked the first movie more. Megamind. Privilege dictates social status. Your weakness is copper? Titan was the villain of the movie. Megamind was a supervillain. Flint Markoaka Sandman from Spider-Man 3. He's a desperate father with a daughter on her deathbed, just trying to amass the funding necessary to bring her back to health. They really screwed that one up. He could have been a great sympathetic villain if the studio hadn't forced them into adding Venom. Damned story was pulled in all directions. Marco's character never got any proper development. Not a movie, but Squidward from SpongeBob. He's not really the villain technically, but many children hate him. As you grow up you truly realize that he's not wrong at all. Edit. Some of you are saying he's an asshole for no reason and messes with SpongeBob and Patrick. However, if you were to be tormented at work and at home by the same people every single day, I'm sure you guys would be assholes too. I don't blame him honestly. He just doesn't want to be bothered at all, and he lives with two really annoying though lovable most of the time neighbors that always want to hang out. I respect it. He works in customer service with a greedy boss and comes home to two really loud neighbors. I've literally been there. Sometimes you just wanna make some dinner, practice your hobby, and go to bed. Every sports movie where they show rival as villain. But you don't understand. They are moderately better off than the underdogs, enough to afford combs and haircuts, matching uniforms, and not be dysfunctional until they realize the family they need is a team right there. Pure, unfiltered evil. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more curated daily Reddit stories.